For 4 years, Jake and I had built a life together when my father abruptly halted my monthly stipend in March. No warning, no explanation, just unanswered calls when I tried to reach him. Jake picked up on the shift in our circumstances almost instantly. We'd been living well in a cozy 2-bedroom apartment in the city center. My father's regular deposits covered rent and most of our expenses, while Jake chipped in what he could. We dined out twice weekly, took spontaneous weekend getaways, and never fretted over finances. When the funds dried up, our world tilted. I took on extra shifts to keep up with bills. Jake suggested moving to a more affordable place, but I was adamant about preserving our lifestyle. I dipped into my savings to maintain our usual rhythm while trying to unravel the mystery with my dad. Jake's behavior changed quickly. He stopped proposing fancy dinners and began preparing meals at home. He canceled our gym subscription, suggesting we jog outdoors instead. When I shopped for groceries, he scrutinized every non-essential item. I thought he was being practical, trying to help us navigate a temporary rough patch. Jake had always been savvy with money and planning, so I assumed he was stepping up to ease the strain. I was grateful for what seemed like his support. But over the next few months, Jake grew distant. He stayed out later, offering vague explanations for his whereabouts. When I asked about his day, he brushed me off with curt replies and shifted topics. He stopped planning weekend outings and seemed annoyed when I suggested activities. I chalked it up to financial stress. We were both working longer hours, spending less time together. I believed that once I sorted things out with my dad, everything would snap back to normal. Jake just needed time to adjust to our new reality. By July, Jake started mentioning his colleague, Leela, constantly. She'd bought a new car and was planning lavish trips. He seemed captivated by her lifestyle, bringing her up in every conversation. I found it irritating but didn't suspect anything deeper. I kept trying to reach my dad through the summer. He answered sporadically, keeping calls short. He claimed he was swamped and promised to call back, but never did. I left voicemails, wondering if I'd done something to upset him. He never clarified why the payment stopped. Jake grew increasingly frustrated with my family drama as time passed. He urged me to resolve whatever issue I'd caused instead of draining our savings. He accused me of being too stubborn to admit fault. After arguments about money, he started sleeping on the sofa. By October, Jake barely spoke to me except to grumble about costs. He ate meals in front of the TV, glued to his phone. When I proposed something special for my November birthday, he said we couldn't afford to celebrate. I picked up extra shifts to save for a birthday dinner at the restaurant where we had our first date. I made reservations and told Jake weeks in advance. He agreed to join me. I was thrilled at the chance to reconnect. But on Saturday evening, I waited at the restaurant for 20 minutes past our reservation. Jake was never late for important occasions. I texted him, asking where he was, but got no reply. The hostess kept checking if I wanted to order as couples filled the tables around me. Jake's brother, Ethan, walked in holding his phone. He approached my table, set his phone down without a word, and pressed play. Jake's voice blared through the speaker. "I'm not coming tonight. I've been using you for your money all—" I can't tell you the full story in short. To watch the full story, click the related link below.